Hi, my name is Pat, and this is my channel, Book Chat with Pat, and I'm glad that you're here. Today I'm going to be doing my weekly wrap-up for the week ending Saturday, June 14th. This was a great week for James Joyce reading. As you know, we've been reading Finnegans Wake throughout the months of April, May, and now June, and we are in the home stretch. We have just one more chapter to go. The novel, as I think I've probably mentioned before, the novel ends in the middle of a sentence, and that sentence actually concludes back at the beginning of the book. So I guess one does not actually finish reading Finnegans Wake, rather one begins again when one gets to the end. I did also finish this week this tome, Richard Ellmann's James Joyce, the great biography that was first written in 1959 and then revised by Ellmann in 1982. Both of these books also meet the requirements of the big books of summer. I think the requirement there is just 400 pages. So both of these certainly meet that requirement. And this is the Big Books of Summer event that is being run by Sue Jackson, and the event is being co-hosted this year by Melinda at A Web of Stories. I adored this biography. I had read bits and pieces of it earlier in my life. I think I was first introduced to it in graduate school, but I had never tried to read the entire biography. So this feels like a huge accomplishment. This is the biography that Anthony Burgess called the greatest biography of the 20th century. Ellmann understood not only all of the works of James Joyce, but he really had a handle on the time in which Joyce was writing, and he just understands deeply Irish literature. He has also written biographies on Yeats and also on Oscar Wilde. I am looking forward to now reading the brand new biography of Ellmann by Zachary, and that is it's the way I understand it. It's part biography of the biography. It's, half of it is about the writing of James Joyce's biography, but it's also a biography of Richard Ellmann, and that just came out this past May. So I'm looking forward to getting into that. And I wanted to just mention again that we have something very wonderful coming up on Monday, June 16th. For Joyce readers, Monday, June 16th is generally regarded as Bloomsday because the entire action of Ulysses, featuring the main character, Leopold Bloom, takes place on June 16th. So it is common among Joycean societies and in some places in Ireland to read the works of James Joyce, and specifically to read Ulysses on June 16th. Well, Roy at Roy Reads Anything, who was the founder and the main host of our Finnegans Wake Readalong this year, he has compiled an absolutely wonderful collection of all of us who have been reading Finnegans Wake, reading short excerpts from the various works of James Joyce. We have submitted our videos to Roy, and Roy has put them all together into a Joycean read aloud, which will be released on Monday, June 16th. I will certainly put a link to it on my channel as soon as Roy's video goes live. We have people from the Finnegans Wake group reading from Finnegans Wake, from Ulysses, from Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man, and from Dubliners. So I can't wait to see it, and I hope that you'll join in and take a listen and a look as well. Additionally, we are continuing with the Summer of Steinbeck, and I am continuing my reading of The Grapes of Wrath, which is the group read for the month of June. This is a reread for me, but it's been such a long time since I last read it that in some ways, I feel like I'm seeing it with completely new eyes. Some people in the group are already finished. People are registering in the group that they're done. I am not. I am more than halfway finished, but I'm not there yet. Next, I did a significant amount of reading this week as part of my observation of Pride Month. The first book that I finished is a novella that I've mentioned on a couple of occasions. This is Olivia Waite's Murder by Memory. Now, I was first introduced to this book by my friend Ellmann at Ellmann Made Book Club. Ellmann did this wonderful original tag some months ago to celebrate her 1-year anniversary on BookTube. And in that video, she recommended books to some of her booktuber friends. And one of the books that she recommended to me was Murder by Memory. It had not yet even been released, but Ellmann had read about it and thought that it would be something that I would like. And Ellmann was right. So Ellmann, thank you for the recommendation. I loved the book. This is a novella about our main character, whose name is Dorothy Gentleman. She is an older woman. She is the ship's detective on the Fair Weather, which is an intergalactic spaceship. I would call this book sort of a cross between cozy mystery and science fiction. It really does blend the genres. Dorothy wakes up in the very beginning of the novella in a body that is not hers, just as someone else has been found murdered. The spaceship has a library that holds a copy of the mind of every single person on the spaceship. So people's minds are stored there. They might die of natural causes, but they have the option, to rest for a while, to retire, or to come back in another body, to come back in someone else's body. And they can choose what they want to do. And their mind has been preserved. Well, Dorothy had intended to retire. She was planning to take a rest for a while, and she is totally surprised to wake up and find herself in a newer, younger body. But then she also finds out that someone has been murdered, and she is now, as the ship's detective, on the case to find out what happened to the person whose body she now inhabits. Because there's someone on this ship who is both murdering bodies, physical bodies, and deleting memory books from the library. I believe that this is going to be a series. This is the start of a new series that Olivia Waite is planning to write. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good fun. If I have any criticism of it, it was that it was just too short. It was a little bit too quick. It was a little bit too light. I found myself wanting more. It comes in at just under 100 pages, but I'm hopeful that this is the first Dorothy Gentleman novel or novella, and that there will be more. In addition, I also started this week and I read the first half of Emily Tesh's Some Desperate Glory. I'm actually reading this right now as a buddy read with my friend Lecton at Reading from the Depths. We were originally going to do this over 3 weeks. We found it to be a very quick read, even though this is another big book of the summer. This comes in at over 400 pages. So we ended up reading half of it in the first week, and we're hoping to be able to finish it in the upcoming week. Years before the action depicted in this novel, the Earth was destroyed during something that's referred to as the, I think it's pronounced Majo, or Majo War. And the Majo are comprised of several different alien species. Millions of human beings were killed during this war. Some humans who have survived have integrated into the alien society, while others live on this spaceship, this separatist spaceship called the Gaia Station. Our main character, who's known as Kyr, Kyr, is a young woman who is living on Gaia Station when the novel opens. She is about to be assigned to her adult position. It will be either in combat, in the workforce, or in breeding, as in breeding future humans, but specifically future warriors, future combat figures. She's hoping that she's going to be assigned to combat, and she has incredible skills and incredible test scores in this area. So we are led to believe, as readers, as she is believing, that she's going to be assigned to combat. She also has a twin brother whose name is Magnus, or Mags for short, and he also excels in all areas of combat. And it is expected that he too will be assigned to the combat division. Well, of course, things don't go the way we expect them to. Lecton and I are going to be meeting on Sunday to have our first conversation about the first half of the book. And I think we probably will have another conversation after we both finish it, hopefully within the next week. And so you'll probably be hearing both of us talking more about the book once we've had a chance to talk to each other and then also to finish the book. I also devoted my Poetry Thursday episode this week to Pride Month by focusing on the poetry of the late, great Audre Lorde. Lorde left just an incredible legacy in in poetry and in political activism. She left this legacy to the whole world and to the LGBTQ community in particular. I hope to continue doing a couple more Poetry Thursday episodes in which I will continue to celebrate Pride Month. And then I also had a wonderful surprise in the mail this week. I got a package with a card in it, actually 2 cards, a card and a postcard, actually, and a Jane Austen sticker, and some gifts. And these were from my friend, the lovely Maria Andrea at Books and Bocadillos. And Maria Andrea also sent me some wellness tea. This is called Serenity. This is herbal tea with a purpose. And this is a combination of lemon balm and chamomile and some other herbal teas. And then she also, sent me a poetry book. We had talked at some point about Margaret Atwood, and I said that I have read many of her novels. I didn't think I had read, I may have read a little bit of her poetry in anthologies, but I don't have any of her poetry books, and she sent me dearly a collection. This is from, I believe, 2020 collection of Margaret Atwood's poetry. And then she also sent me a cookbook that has come from a favorite children's classic. And this is Blueberries for Sal Cookbook by Robert McCloskey. And also this lovely bookmark that's in the book as well. So just a wonderful, delightful surprise that just absolutely made my day. So thank you, Mary Andrea. Thank you for your kindness, your generosity, and your ongoing friendship. I hope you know how much I cherish you. So that's basically what I've been up to this week. Please be on the lookout for our Joyce read-along, or read aloud, I guess, on Monday. Roy will be posting it first thing, and I will share it on my channel as well as soon as I see it. And I think it's going to be absolutely delightful. So you can all join in on Bloomsday and get a little bit of James Joyce in your day. So, as always, I thank you for watching. I hope that you're doing well. I'll speak with you again soon. Take care.